Let's jump right in. We are constantly hearing about how artificial intelligence is going to replace our workflows. But what about how it's actually radically shifting human capabilities? Today, we're diving into this explainer on Apple's vision for AI-powered accessibility upgrades. We're going to look at how they're taking machine learning and using it to build incredibly personal, empowering tools. It's so easy to get caught up in the hype of generative images or those clever little chatbots. But if we look past the party tricks, we really need to ask ourselves a much more profound question. What is the actual, real promise of AI? How can this technology solve the very real, very personal physical barriers that people are facing every single day? Human accessibility. That is the answer. And it completely flips our understanding of artificial intelligence right on its head. It takes AI from being this sort of flashy novelty and turns it into a vital, literally indispensable bridge. It forces the technology to adapt to us, the humans, instead of forcing us to adapt to the tech. Section 1. The AI accessibility shift. Moving from cloud concepts to personal empowerment. So the whole foundation of this shift really relies on on-device machine learning. Since these accessibility tools are dealing with super sensitive, real-time human inputs, firing all that data off to some distant cloud server just isn't an option. Processing everything locally right on the device ensures there's absolutely zero latency, and it guarantees total privacy. You're getting all that sheer, raw processing power of modern AI, but without ever compromising your personal security. Section 2. Redefining sight and sound. Solutions bridging the user's intent and the device's action. Let's look at how this actually plays out in practice with Apple's eye tracking setup. It takes this wildly complex task, mapping minute, tiny eye movements, and totally removes all the friction. You literally just look directly at the screen, the on-device AI calibrates instantly, and boom, you're navigating. There's no extra clunky hardware, no massive calibration matrices to sit through. It's just your gaze. The contrast between the old way and the new way is just stark. Traditional methods often demand exhausting, multi-step physical touches that act as actual barriers. By bypassing all of that with eye tracking, AI is giving autonomy straight back to the user in a fraction of a second. It's taking the old prerequisite of needing precise motor skills and replacing it with immediate, seamless intent. Section 3. Innovations in speech. Giving every user a customized voice. Now we get into voice shortcuts, where the AI is doing all the heavy lifting completely in the background. You aren't forced to memorize those rigid robotic commands anymore. Instead, you can assign your own custom vocal phrases to trigger really complex actions instantly. The system learns your unique vocal intent rather than forcing you to speak in a specific, standardized way. What's amazing here is how this completely removes both the physical and the cognitive load of navigating a device. All that swiping, tapping, and endlessly hunting through deep settings menus, that is entirely replaced by speaking just a single custom shortcut. The technology is finally conforming perfectly to the user's habits. Section 4. Breaking physical barriers. Why inclusive design matters to everyone. Think about how often you use a feature that wasn't actually built for you. That is the curb cut effect in action. It's when features designed specifically to assist folks with disabilities end up creating universal benefits for absolutely everyone, kind of like reading closed captions on a video when you're in a noisy coffee shop. These AI-powered accessibility tools are inevitably going to become workflow hacks that we all rely on every single day. Because really, inclusive design breaks barriers for everyone. This isn't just about some niche consumer group. It is about fundamentally redefining the entire baseline of human-computer interaction. When developers design for the edges of the human experience, they end up making the center significantly better for the rest of us. Inclusive design simply expands utility across the whole spectrum. Section 5. The future of inclusive tech. The philosophy of universal accessibility. By weaving these AI capabilities directly into the core operating system, rather than just bolting them on later as an afterthought, Apple is proving a much larger point here. The most profound use of artificial intelligence isn't about replacing human effort. It's about amplifying human capability. It's about allowing users to just naturally and effortlessly exist in their digital environment. We've seen how localized, on-device AI can seamlessly bridge the gap for sight, sound, and physical navigation. So as our devices continue to learn to bend to our highly unique individual needs, What previously impossible tasks are going to become our new normal? If AI can adapt to us so perfectly, what barriers are even left to break? Thanks for exploring this with me today.